said,
I'm not your boyfriend, Melly!
That's when Melissa compulsively leans over the passenger car to kiss me.
No.
Fly shit, got messing me hard, that's all on my kids. She all on my dick, she don't know what it is. Got purple walk her, they ain't pouring no trees. Lately I've been pouring lean on that bitch, she look just like.
What's up, y'all? It's Xenozii. Welcome back to another video. Today we are watching Horror Shorts Party. Right? Yeah, we are watching Horror Shorts Party. His video. Something in my eye. Alright, we watching 3 true amusement park stories. Animated. I've never been to an amusement park. Nothing amusing about the park. I was about to say something corny, but never mind. I changed my mind. Shout out to them. That merch look fire. Yeah.
The time was roughly 5 p.m. in the afternoon. It was the month of August and I was on my way to the amusement park. The fair was only open for a short duration during the summertime, so I made sure to go as often as I could before the school year began. My parents were pretty lenient growing up. I didn't really have a curfew, so that gave me the flexibility of staying out as long as I wanted, despite only being a teenager. The distance from my condo to the fair was about a 10 to 15 minute walk, so commuting there was always a convenience compared to taking public transit like the hordes of people I saw entering the park. When I arrived at the entrance, I made sure to pay my fare and get a wristband that would enable me to go on rides for an unlimited amount of time. I remember seeing the usual stuff: roller coaster rides, food stands, a Ferris wheel, that kind of thing. To be honest, going to this specific fair could make anyone feel extremely claustrophobic, as the overbearing amount of people in the lineups for food, rides, or game attractions really made it difficult for anyone to get anywhere. I remember shoulder bumping at least several different guests before finally making it to the roller coaster ride I initially wanted to go on. The lineup for this particular ride was surprisingly not that long, so I immediately joined it behind this one girl standing in front of me. I politely tap the girl on the shoulder and ask,
That wasn't polite.
"Have you been waiting in line for long?" The girl turns around and says,
Not that long. You come here alone?
Yeah, how about you?"
Well, I guess I'm not alone anymore.
Yeah.
Wow.
I nervously chuckle as the girl says,
I'm actually here with my boyfriend.
and then looks at me as if she was looking through me, not at me. "So, where is he?" She then says,
I'm looking at him.
as the gates to the roller coaster ride began opening.
Wait.
Guests from the lineup began rushing in and filling every cart on a first-come, first-served basis while the girl says,
What are you waiting for, babe? Let's go.
I began following behind her as we both proceeded to make our way inside one of the carts.
That
I didn't
easy,
see
huh?
the harm in sitting next to her, as I honestly found her pretty charming.
Everybody, please fasten your seatbelts. We're about to take off very shortly.
"Hey, I'm Rob. What's your name?"
My name is Melissa, but you can call me Melly.
"Well, it's nice to meet you, Melly." She then leans over and kisses me on
Free
the
Melly.
cheek as I said, "Are you always this forward?" That's when the roller coaster abruptly accelerates. I began to hold on for dear life as the velocity of the ride felt like I was jetting on the highway at a rate of 200 miles an hour. As the roller coaster began zooming up and down in a ferocious manner, I could see Melissa staring directly at me through my peripheral vision. I casually glanced at her, only to realize she was giving me the same bizarre stare she gave me during our initial encounter. At first, I thought she was just thrilled at the notion that my face looked silly from the turbulence of the ride, but then I realized that she was staring at me with a gaunt smile. Like the
She's
movement from the
weird.
ride didn't faze her in the slightest. I couldn't help but feel uncomfortable. As we began approaching the tail end of the ride, I nonchalantly look around as if I was exploring the amusement park, but in reality, I was avoiding Melissa. The ride finally made its way back to the initial start point. I remember waiting for the operator's cue to unbuckle our seatbelts and safely get off the roller coaster. I made sure not to make eye contact with Melissa as the operator finally gave the green light for guests to exit the ride.
Would all guests please exit on the side to the next guest? All guests, please exit on the side to the next guest.
Time.
That's when I got off and began speed walking while trying to find a fair game or another ride to go on. I then made my way into the huge Ferris wheel lineup, hoping to masquerade myself within the crowd. A small and soft hand began to firmly grasp onto the gaps in my fingers. I look across my shoulder and lo and behold, it was Melissa.
That was
Holding
wild.
hands with me as if we were in a relationship or something.
Hey, it's me again.
Hey, getting a bit too comfy, aren't you?
Yes, I'm very comfortable with my boyfriend, duh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, sure. Melissa then hugs me and caresses her head against my shoulder. I honestly could have shoved her away, but decided to take the high road and go along with the whole facade. Time began running slow as we steadily began inching towards the entrance of the Ferris wheel. I couldn't help but think in my head, what the hell is this girl's problem? Why is she holding onto my arm like that? Does she really think I'm her boyfriend? After about 30 minutes of awkward silence and continuous unwanted arm hugging, we finally make it in front of the ride and began making our way onto one of the passenger cars. Again, we both sit next to each other. Melissa then wraps her arm around mine. I was now
Push her
convinced
off.
that she had built a relationship which was obviously a figment of her imagination. The wheel then began to rotate as Melissa leans her head on my shoulder and says,
Rob, can I tell you a secret?
Oh
sure,
my
Melly.
gosh.
Hey, can you please stop? I think you're moving a bit too fast here.
Yeah, that's really crazy.
It's your fault.
What the hell are you talking about?
I have an impulsive behavior disorder.
You're kidding me.
Every time someone calls me by my nickname, I develop an extreme compulsion, where I can't resist the urge to kiss them.
Melissa's
What?
eyes then wander towards the sky, as if she was embarrassed to disclose such personal information. But then, why did you introduce me to that name? That's when Melissa's phone begins to ring. She pulls it out and reveals
Ain't that
a video
messenger?
call coming from her mother. She then answers the video call and says,
Hey, Mom.
Hello, my precious baby pumpkin. How's the amusement park treating you?
Mom, the view is quite amazing. Here, say hi to my boyfriend, Rob.
Ooh.
I'm not her
Isn't he
boyfriend.
a handsome son of a gun.
At this point, I was extremely aggravated by Melissa's antics despite her having this so-called disorder. I didn't want to make the situation any more awkward than it already was, so I just went along with it and entertained the idea that we were a couple. Melissa's great.
You guys make for a perfect couple. So, you gonna propose or what? What are you waiting for, big guy? Pop the question.
Can we please stop this, Melissa? I
Oh,
then realized that the Ferris wheel had finally come to a halting stop.
get out of there.
Did you guests on the ground level, please exit the Ferris wheel. Again, all guests on the ground level, please exit the Ferris wheel.
As the operator gave us the green light to abort the Ferris wheel, I used the opportunity to get the hell out of there and speed walk as far away from Melissa and her psychotic
Speed walk?
mother
You
as
should have been
possible.
running.
Hey, where did my son-in-law go?
Rob,
Man.
where are you going? I want to ride the Ferris wheel again so you can propose.
Leave me the hell alone or I'm calling the cops!
Yes, sir.
I then turned around and glanced at the Ferris wheel from a distance. I could see Melissa still sitting in the passenger car as the Ferris wheel again began to operate. A feeling of relief flowed through my body. Getting away from that clingy psycho brought me immense satisfaction. I made direct eye contact with her from where I was standing at. What made this all the more disturbing was how emotional I saw her getting. I saw tears profusely run down her face. At this point, I could have bolted the scene and left the fair, but I honestly
Could've.
felt
You should
a little
have.
guilty.
No,
Knowing that I
bro.
was the sole purpose of Melissa crying a storm on the Ferris wheel, made me gravitate towards staying and possibly giving an explanation as opposed to splitting the scene. The Ferris wheel then abruptly stops as the ride finally came to an end. I saw Melissa at the very top passenger car as the guests below began to exit the ride. She then began
She about to
shouting,
jump?
You're the worst boyfriend ever! I hate you! I wish I never met you!
Without thinking, I said,
I'm not your boyfriend, Melly!
That's when Melissa compulsively leans over the passenger car to kiss me.
No. No.
Oh! Oh! Oh my gosh.
I was in my bed, sound asleep, when I got awoken from the light shining through the gaps of my blinds. I got up and pulled the blinds open, as I began basking in the view that the 20th floor from my condo had to offer. The view was magnificent. I could literally see the entire landscape of my city through my windows. Down by the glistening lake was a fair right next to it. Seeing the Ferris wheel and roller coasters from a distance boosted my serotonin levels from excited to exhilarated. My anticipation was at an all-time high. What better thing to do other than hit up my local amusement park on a Saturday morning, I thought to myself. My first instinct was to obviously invite my girlfriend to tag along, so I rang her number with my cell phone as I heard her soft, mellow tones say,
Hey, babe.
like she had just awoken herself. Hey, what are you up to today?
Nothing much. Just studying. The usual. What's up?
Did you want to go to the
Studying.
amusement park later?
I can't. I have an exam on Monday, babe. Did you
Exam
forget
on
about my summer
Monday.
classes?
Oh, yeah,
Summer
that's
classes.
right. No worries, I'll just give Simon a call.
Okay. Make sure you take lots of pictures.
Will do. Good luck studying. I then call my friend
Studying.
Simon.
I don't
and
know
within
about
a matter
that.
of seconds into the conversation, he was already up for the idea. I head to my washroom and began to do my basic hygiene practices, just before changing into some outdoor clothes to go outside. About an hour later, I caught an Uber and began making my way to the amusement park. I made sure to text my friend that I was on my way, as he replies back saying that he was already there. According to the Uber app, my arrival was going to take approximately 10 minutes or so. I wasn't going to keep my friend waiting for too long, as I could see the huge roller coaster rides and attractions appear closer the more we drove into the park's proximities. I felt like I was a kid all over again. All the nostalgic memories as a child began hitting me all at once, the
Word.
more I reminisced while staring at my reflection in the passenger seat window. We finally arrive as I could see my friend Simon waiting by the entrance where the lines were. I got out of the Uber and began approaching his
You
direction,
unlock all the
as we
characters.
both bought a wristband each, and then started heading inside where all the carnival games were. Throughout the duration of the day, I would say that we both approximately spent close
Yo. I forgot his name. McDonald's. His name Donald, right? Ronald McDonald, yeah.
$400 in total on carnival games, only to come out empty-handed. Well, not exactly empty-handed. Simon was able to win a small plushie, but ended up giving it to some kid, as we were a little irritated from the amount of L's we were taking. The park was about to close in an hour or so, when I spotted an odd-looking machine from the corner of my eye. It looked like a clown animatronic inside of a wooden box. I then said to my friend, "Dude, look at that game over there. What the hell is that thing?" We both began approaching closer to the machine, as the words on the box were now legible enough to read. The game was called Psychic Clown. There was a bold print on the front of the box that read $1 per try. 2 slots indicated that the game accepted both coins or bills. I was a little intrigued by the game, until the old man standing by the hot dog stand said, "Hey, what are you kids doing? This game is out of order." We just wanted to try it out. Get away, kid. The game is cursed.
I don't know how that people
Too
be
many
looking like
stupid
that, bro.
kids like you lose your lives. What are you talking about? You'll lose everything. You hear me? Don't say I didn't warn you, idiots. The man then walks away, as me and Simon immediately scrabble through our pockets, looking for any change that we could find. The behavior from that man left us curious, but at the same time intrigued about what he was heckling about. What the hell was his problem? I don't know. To be honest, I don't think I want to spend any more money today, dude. I already lost about 200 bucks. I have like $5 left. What do you think we should ask it? I don't know how this thing works, dude. Let's see if it even accepts the money. I then placed a $1 bill in the slot, as Simon impatiently presses the go button. As I
Why?
looked up at the glass, I could see the clown open its eyes wide and say, "Ask me a yes or no question to uncover the truth, and then press the go." Psychic clown, is Dean ugly? And then follows up by pressing the go button. The clown then bizarrely starts to move back and forth, while simultaneously laughing in a psychotic fashion, and then says the word. Yes.
Dog.
Huh, okay. Very funny, dude. I then slipped another dollar in, and rebuttal Simon's antics by saying, "Psychic clown, is Simon going to be a virgin till he's 40? The clown once more begins to move back and forth, while the strange laugh echoes through the mouth of the animatronic, saying, "Yes." Okay,
Wow.
okay, dude. Enough with the jokes. Let's ask it more serious questions. I then take out another dollar and slip it into the
$3.
slot, while asking the clown, "Psychic clown, do I have a girlfriend?" Again, the clown begins to laugh and then says the word. No. Well, that's a bummer.
I knew
I
it.
was wrong. Let me ask this question, that I know it can't possibly get wrong. I then slipped another dollar in, as Simon asks, "Psychic clown, is the color of my shirt white?" As the clown began to operate, I knew that if it answered this particular question wrong, then this was obviously just another lame gimmick that the fair used to finesse its customers. The clown then said the word. No. Yep, definitely not legit. Well, I do have one more dollar left. Dude, I'm gonna catch the bus. Screw this clown. Alright, dude. I'll meet you at the front. Simon then begins walking towards the entrance of the park, while I slip my last dollar in the slot, and ask it, "Psychic clown, is the color of Simon's shirt red?" Again, the clown begins its psychotic laugh, and then says the word. Yes. At this point, I was 100% convinced that
But-
this whole clown machine was a scam, and that the gentleman from the hot dog stand was trying to frighten us. I began to approach the entrance of the amusement park, as the shutdown of the carnival games indicated that the fair was just
Ew.
about to wrap up.
How you
I
even
then
get
saw a
there?
large crowd that seemed to be rattled by some sort of commotion going on. It sounded like
Oh,
the
no.
people were in a frantic state.
Bro. Is that his friend? He got hit by a car, bro.
As I could hear someone in
his
the
shirt
crowd
really red.
yelling, "Help! Someone call the cops!" As I noisily approached the group of pedestrians, I could see my friend Simon laying face first in a puddle of blood. I then began to frantically perform CPR by pressing on his chest. as
So
the
nobody
blood from
else
his
was
shirt
helping
began to
him?
seep onto my hands while yelling, "No, Simon, wake up! Simon, please don't die on me! Please, Simon!" As the ambulance rushes Simon to the
No.
hospital, I could virtually see no movement or
He's
any
lost his
vital signs
friend
of human life.
and his girl cheating on
Simon
him.
was immediately pronounced dead at the scene due to multiple stab wounds in his chest from an alleged
Stab
assailant
wounds?
that fled the scene while supposedly trying to mug him at the bus stop of the fair.
No way.
About a month after the tragedy of Simon, my girlfriend Maya breaks up with me, as she
Ooh.
felt that being in a relationship was greatly affecting her work studies.
That's
I
cap.
couldn't
She was
understand
not
why
studying.
my world began to suddenly crash on me. After long nights of heavy drinking, my parents became concerned with me and recommended that I see a virtual psychologist. Trying to cope with the loss of my friend and the end of my 3-year relationship with my ex-girlfriend was quite the bitter pill to swallow. As the summer was nearing the end,
He's going
I decided
back.
to head to the amusement park once again, in hopes that the fair games or carnival rides would help provide some sort of temporary closure. I then saw an attractive girl standing by the cotton candy stand. I figured I'd shoot my shot, so I approached her and said, "Hey, do you like roller coasters?"
Yeah.
He
Why
Curry?
you ask?
Is he Curry?
I'll send you on a ride that you'll never forget.
Ooh, spit, boy.
Pickup line.
Yeah.
Can I have your number?
He Curry? He Curry? He
I then
Curry.
reached into my pocket, only to see that I had forgotten my phone at home.
That's crazy.
I awkwardly grab a $1 bill from my wallet and embarrassingly ask the girl to write her number on it. The girl then takes the bill and begins writing her name and number, using some red lipstick she had gotten from her purse, as I held onto her cotton candy. She then hands back the bill and says,
Nice meeting you.
"Nice meeting you too, Samantha." I began to walk further down the amusement park and could see the same psychic clown machine from a distance. A trickle of sweat began running down the side of my face, as I then realized that the machine might have had something to do with the death of my friend
Is
and
it
the end
raining?
of my relationship. I then approached the machine and immediately placed a $1 bill in the slot while asking the question, "Are you the reason my girlfriend broke up with me?" The clown then begins to laugh and do its unsettling movement, and then says the word, "Yes." After inserting another dollar in the bill slot, I asked, "Are you the reason my friend got stabbed?" The clown then responds with, "Yes." I then began to start seeing red, as a security guard approached me from behind, saying, "Kid, the park is closing now. Can you please proceed to the exit?"
No, all them people right
Sure.
there, bro.
No problem. As the security guard began hassling other people at the park, I used the opportunity to jump over the counter of one of the vendor booths that was currently closed, and waited for at least 2 hours straight before the coast was clear.
He could have died like that.
The people at the park. I used the opportunity to jump over the counter of one of the vendor booths that was currently closed, and waited
coulda
for at least
died.
2 hours straight before the
That
coast
could have
was
been the
clear.
ending right there.
I then jumped out of the booth and went towards the direction of where the psychic clown was at, only to see the entire machine relocated on the opposite side from where it initially was. I began to start banging my fists against the glass while yelling, "I know you're alive! You were right beside the freaking hot dog stand! You wouldn't think I'd notice? I know damn well you were the reason my friend is dead and why my girl and I are separated!" I unwittingly went into my pocket and grabbed the bill that had the written phone number from the girl that I had just met. I slipped it into the machine, only to have the bill eject into 2 pieces. I yelled from the top of my lungs, "Answer me! Answer me!" as the clown suddenly began to laugh, despite not accepting the money I had put into it. The clown then vigorously starts banging its head on the glass, as if it was suffering from some sort of faulty error or malfunction. "I'm done playing games with you." I then went to go unplug the machine from the electricity outlet, only to see it had already been unplugged. The game is cursed.
Excellent.
I've seen too many stupid kids like you lose your lives. Psychic clown, do I have a girlfriend? No. Psychic clown, is the color of Simon's shirt red? Yes. You'll lose everything. You hear me?
No. 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 Oh my gosh. Yo. Yo. That is wild, bro. Bro. She didn't even do nothing. She didn't even do nothing. Oh my gosh. She didn't even do nothing. This dude is an arcade Death Note, bro. Okay, we only watching 2. And we just watched the 2. Alright, y'all, that's the video for today. Shout out to Horror Shorts Party. Thank you for this banger. And without further ado, guys, I'm out. Peace.
Fuck about it. I wanna see you try it. Oh. Go out on my, go out on my hip. Let's go. Go out on my, go out on my. pristine. I'm hooking up this shit, yeah.